In the annals of American history, few documents have cast as long a shadow as Project 2025. This 920-page manifesto, meticulously crafted by the Heritage Foundation and a network of conservative think tanks, outlines a chilling vision for the future of the United States. It is a blueprint for a radical transformation of American democracy, one that prioritizes concentrated executive power, undermines democratic norms, and seeks to fundamentally reshape American society. Project 2025 is not merely an academic exercise or a set of policy proposals, it is a call to action. Its architects envision a future where a like-minded president, armed with this blueprint, can swiftly dismantle the administrative state, purge perceived enemies within the government, and impose a profoundly conservative agenda on the nation. This is not hyperbole. It is the stated goal of Project 2025. The implications of this project are far-reaching and deeply concerning. It represents a fundamental assault on the principles of limited government, checks and balances, and the rule of law, cornerstones of American democracy. At its core, Project 2025 seeks to concentrate unchecked power in the hands of the executive branch, effectively neutering Congress, the judiciary, and independent agencies. This essay will delve into the origins, goals, and potential consequences of Project 2025. It will examine its four key pillars, explore its impact on the executive branch, and highlight its alarming implications for immigration, social policy, and environmental regulation. Finally, it will issue a call to action, urging citizens to recognize the threat posed by Project 2025 and to actively engage in the defense of American democracy. To understand Project 2025, one must first understand the context from which it emerged. It was born out of a deep-seated frustration among conservative intellectuals and activists with what they perceived as the failures of previous Republican administrations, particularly that of Donald Trump. While Trump espoused a populist message of draining the swamp and dismantling the administrative state, he ultimately proved unable or unwilling to fully implement this vision during his time in office. Project 2025 emerged as a direct response to this perceived failure. It is the culmination of years of planning, strategizing, and coalition building within conservative circles. Its creators saw an opportunity to capitalize on the populist energy unleashed by Trump and to translate it into a coherent, actionable plan for achieving their long-held policy goals. The Heritage Foundation, a prominent conservative think tank, took the lead in developing Project 2025, but it was a collaborative effort involving a wide array of right-wing organizations, activists, and donors. This coalition shared a common goal to seize control of the federal government and fundamentally reshape it in their image. They believed that the traditional conservative approach of incremental change and working within existing systems had failed. Project 2025, therefore, represents a radical departure from this approach. It is a bold, uncompromising, and some would argue, dangerous attempt to short-circuit democratic norms and impose a far-right agenda on the United States. Project 2025 is structured around four interconnected pillars, each designed to facilitate a rapid and comprehensive takeover of the federal government. These pillars are not merely theoretical constructs. They are detailed plans with specific timelines, personnel recommendations, and policy prescriptions. The first pillar, known as Mandate for Leadership 2025, serves as the project's overarching policy guide. It outlines a sweeping agenda that touches on virtually every aspect of American life, from healthcare and education to immigration and foreign policy. This document lays out the ideological framework for a hypothetical conservative administration, providing a roadmap for dismantling existing policies and implementing a radically different vision for the country. The second pillar, the personnel database, is perhaps the most chilling aspect of Project 2025. It is essentially a pre-vetted list of loyalists who are deemed ideologically pure and ready to assume key positions within the federal government. This database includes thousands of names, ranging from cabinet secretaries and agency heads to mid-level bureaucrats and political appointees. The goal is to have a ready-made cadre of loyalists who can be swiftly installed in positions of power, ensuring that every level of government is staffed with individuals committed to the project's goals. The third pillar focuses on training programs designed to indoctrinate these newly appointed officials in the project's ideology and prepare them for their roles in dismantling the administrative state. These programs are not about neutral competence or good governance. They are about instilling a specific worldview and ensuring that appointees understand their role in advancing the conservative agenda. Participants are schooled in the intricacies of regulatory capture, the importance of loyalty over expertise, and the tactics of bureaucratic warfare. Project 2025 reserves a special kind of animosity for the federal bureaucracy, which it views as a den of leftist ideologues and deep state operatives. To combat this perceived threat, the project proposes a radical restructuring of the executive branch aimed at consolidating power in the hands of the president and purging those deemed disloyal. One of the most alarming aspects of this plan is the call for the elimination of job protections for tens of thousands of federal workers. These protections, enshrined in law through decades of bipartisan consensus, are designed to ensure a nonpartisan professional civil service. Project 2025 seeks to dismantle these protections, making it easier for a future administration to fire, demote, or reassign career civil servants based on their perceived political leanings. This assault on the civil service is not limited to rank-and-file employees. Project 2025 also targets the independence of key agencies, such as the Department of Justice, the FBI, and even the Federal Reserve. It envisions a world in which these institutions are no longer independent actors but rather subservient arms of the executive branch, carrying out the president's bidding without question or hesitation. This concentration of power in the executive branch is deeply troubling. It undermines the very foundations of American democracy, which relies on a system of checks and balances to prevent any one branch of government from becoming too powerful. Project 2025 seeks to obliterate these checks and balances, creating a system in which the president operates with virtually unchecked authority. In Scene 5, we delve into the controversial Schedule F and its impact on professional expertise within the federal government. Schedule F, introduced in 2020, reclassified thousands of federal employees, stripping them of job protections and making them easier to fire. Critics argue that this move undermines the merit-based system and opens the door to political interference. Proponents, however, claim it enhances accountability and efficiency in the federal workforce. As we explore this debate, we will see how the balance between expertise and political control is being tested in unprecedented ways. In this segment, we'll explore the intricate relationship between citizenship and social engineering. How have policies shaped societal norms? And what are the implications for the future? Let's delve into these critical questions. Imagine a world with fewer regulations. What would that mean for businesses, the environment, and individual freedoms? We'll examine the potential benefits and pitfalls of a deregulated future. Could this be the key to innovation, or a pathway to chaos? What does Project 2025 look like in practice? We'll take a closer look at real-world examples and case studies. How are communities adapting, and what lessons can we learn from these implementations? Stay tuned as we uncover the tangible impacts of Project 2025. Ultimately, how do we safeguard our democracy in the face of rapid change? We'll discuss the essential measures needed to protect democratic values and ensure a fair and just society. It's a conversation that is more important now than ever. Follow to watch the entire series. This is only one part of our full series on Project 2025's blueprint for remaking the American government. Follow the entire series.